Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It is certainly my pleasure to call the September 4th, 2024 meeting of the Hampton City School Board to order. At this time, Ms. Charbonneau, will you please call the roll?
Ms. Alfanja?
Here.
Dr. Banks-Gray?
Here.
Ms. Cherry?
Here.
Mr. Kilgore?
Here.
Mr. Samuels?
Present.
Dr. Woodhouse? Dr. Mason?
Here, let the record reflect that all board members are present with the exception of Dr. Woodhouse, who is out of town on business, as was previously shared with me as the chair and the rest of the board members at the last board meeting. All right? So, first order of business tonight is the approval of Sophia Harris and Caleb Lucas as the student representatives to the Hampton School Board for the 2024-2025 school year. This board appoints 2 students to the board each year as an opportunity to hear the voices of our students and what's going on within our schools. And so we've had some great students that have served on this board as student reps, and this year we also have 2 outstanding candidates as well. And so let me read some information to you about each one of our students. Ms. Sophia Harris is returning to us. She is a senior at Kecoughtan High School. She is honored to serve as a second year as one of our 2 Hampton City School Board representatives. Sophia has been involved in a number of leadership positions, including lead ambassador for the Onstage Performing Arts Academy, junior class president, and top 20 under 20 award recipient. Throughout her high school matriculation, Sophia has also been a member of the Kecoughtan High School swim team, her church youth group, and several honor societies, including the National Honor Society. Sophia holds a 4.2 GPA and is enrolled in dual enrollment and advanced placement courses. She is an active member of the theater program at Kecoughtan and has been a cast member in both of the Hollywood to Hampton short film productions. Sophia enjoys competing, performing, and cooking and aspires to attend the Hampton University as a theater major. I'm going to repeat that for Mr. Samuels, the Hampton University as a theater major. Next, we have Mr. Caleb Lucas. Caleb Lucas is a 16-year-old junior at Phoebus High School. He enjoys music, politics, and community service. He currently serves as Phoebus's drum major and academy ambassador for the Academy of the College Experience and is on the track team. He plans to become a lawyer and politician and attend a historically black college or university, Hampton University, upon his graduation from high school. He is passionate about community service. I'm reading, Mr. Sanders. He is passionate about community service and community outreach, leading many community groups. This includes a STEM and reading initiative for elementary school students at the Hampton Family YMCA. In addition to being active in his school and community, Caleb serves as the youth council president at 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple. This past school year, Caleb was named Team Volunteer of the Year by the Hampton Family YMCA and recognized as an honoree for the Hampton Roads Workforce Council's Top 20 Under 20. With a 4.7 GPA, he takes academic challenges head-on and balances his life well. At this time, any comments, anything from board members that would like to share? Mr. Samuels, you can say something now.
Thank you, Chairman Mason. And as you know, there are other HBCUs out there that Caleb could consider. One across the water, the Norfolk State University, behold the green and gold.
We're not beholden anything tonight, Mr. Samuels, but we're going to keep the meeting moving, all right? What's the pleasure of the board after hearing the records of these 2 outstanding students?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr. Kilgore.
I move to approve Sophia Harris and Caleb Lucas as the student representatives to the Hampton City School Board for the school year of 2024-2025.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved by Mr. Kilgore and seconded by Dr. Banks-Gray that we approve Sophia Harris and Caleb Lucas as our student reps for the 2024-2025 school year. Any discussion? Ms. Charbonneau, will you please call for the vote?
Ms. Alfanja?
Aye.
Dr. Banks-Gray?
Aye.
Ms. Cherry?
Aye.
Mr. Kilgore?
Aye.
Mr. Samuels?
Aye.
Dr. Mason?
Aye, motion carries. All right. At this time, I will ask Caleb and Sophia to join me down front.
Okay. I thought so, but I thought I heard him say something else. Yeah, if he was drum major.
At this time, I will administer the oath to you all. If you will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties incumbent upon me as a school board student representative according to the best of my ability. Congratulations. Where are their lapel pins?
There you go.
Oh, sorry.
Mrs. Sanders and Dr. Banks-Gray. Just all right. All right. Thank you so much for indulging us while we installed our student reps. I would like to take a moment to recognize their parents. Their parents are present. I know I saw grandparents also earlier. Will you all please? There's mine. And we have grandparents over here as well. Grandparents stand. All right. And we also have administrators from Phoebus as well as Kickingham. Will administration please stand? Thank you so much for sharing your students with us. I would like to take a moment of silence. I was very disheartened today to hear the news of what happened down in Winder, Georgia at Appalachia High School. We are truly in some sad times when you have these types of things that will occur at a school. So at this time, I would like to take a moment of silence and ask each of us to just pray to the God that we serve for comfort and solace for that community. All right? Amen. All right. All right, at this time, I will turn the mic over to Sophia to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hi, would everyone please stand? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you very much. All right, as we move along, now it's time as we look at the adoption of tonight's agenda. What is the pleasure of the board?
I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, it's been moved by Mr. Samuels and seconded by Ms. Afanja that we approve tonight's agenda as presented. Any discussion? Ms. Charbonneau, will you please call for the vote?
Ms. Alfanja?
Aye.
Dr. Bates Gray?
Aye.
Ms. Cherry?
Aye.
Mr. Kilgore?
Aye.
Mr. Samuels?
Aye.
Dr. Mason?
Aye, motion carries. That brings us to item number 2, recognition, and at this time, I will turn the meeting over to Ms. Goro.
Right. Well, good evening, Chair Mason, Vice Chair Banks Gray, our school board members, Superintendent Dr. Raymond Haynes, and our HCS community. Before Ms. Afanja actually steps to the microphone to assist with tonight's recognitions, I have a special presentation to share with you to welcome everyone back to a new school year. Many communities members helped build the excitement among our students, staff, and families with several community drives this summer. 3 in particular I would like to draw attention to were events either co-sponsored or sponsored by a few of our school board members that are sitting here with us this evening. On August the 3rd, Dr. Richard Mason co-sponsored a Stuff the Bus event with Mark Crump from State Farm. Mr. Crump is a long-standing partner of Hampton City Schools and started this event several years ago. He brought Dr. Mason on board, no pun intended, a few years ago to co-sponsor this fantastic event. Then on August 20th, our school board member, Miss Ann Stevens-Cherry, and veteran teacher Michelle Johnson sponsored their Tissues for Teachers event, where they collected donations of tissues, hand sanitizers, paper towels, disinfectant wipes, and other items to benefit our HCS teachers. Then, on August 23rd, our vice chair, Dr. Tina Banks Gray, and friends sponsored the Teachers Are the Best back-to-school drive-through, where our staff members could literally drive through and collect school supplies for their classrooms. They had a great turnout, and if I heard correctly, even had a small break for a quick dance party. So here's just a quick video highlight of those great events. As you can see, we had a lot of great community partnership this summer to get ready for back to school. Other faith-based nonprofits, HPD did a drive, but we wanted to spotlight those 3 since our board members co-sponsored or sponsored those events. So then we move on to August 16th. And on August 16th, we kicked off the school year by welcoming staff to the Boo Williams Sportsplex for our second and hopefully annual Celebration of Excellence, which is our back-to-school kickoff event. We celebrated the achievements of our division, schools, and individual staff members, and we even announced our elementary, middle, high, and overall Hampton City Schools Teachers of the Year, which will be honored later during tonight's recognition segment. The event also included a school mascot race. Yes, we did it last year, and we had to bring it back because it was a fan favorite, and some fun, friendly, but very competitive competitions among school teams. It was a fantastic day filled with smiles, cheers, and school spirit. So let's take a quick look at our celebration of excellence.
To express our heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for the young people that you serve each and every day.
We are looking forward to an intentionally exceptional school year.
It was truly a fantastic event. And when I say there was some fierce competition, if you were anywhere near those scooter races, you may have lost a toe. Next year, come with your hard hat and your hard boots. So then on Thursday, August 22nd, we debuted our very first episode of season 2 of our Hampton City Schools podcast, HCS Talks. We had a lot of success with season 1, recording 43 episodes last year and netting nearly 5,500. Again, that's 5,500 downloads. We have listeners from all over the United States, as well as other countries to include, but not limited to, Singapore, Belgium, Germany, Netherlands, France, Russia, Switzerland, Hong Kong, the United Kingdom, Brazil, and many more. So yes, we're gonna have to start getting Dr. Haynes a bodyguard because he's gonna need to start doing some autographs. So much like season 1, each podcast is designed to educate, inform, and hopefully entertain our community and beyond. Episodes spotlight different topics related to education, students, teachers, support staff, parents, programs, and initiatives, community partnerships, and more. Our episodes will continue to drop every Thursday this year, and listeners can catch them on any platform that they listen to podcasts. Here's a quick promo of that August 22nd episode of HCS Talks.
Welcome to HCS Talks. This is the second season of HCS Talks. Today, I have the opportunity to sit down with Dr. Brittany Gainey, one of our extraordinary Hampton City school social workers.
I think one thing that we don't think about as parents is the expectations that we put on our kids, right? That can produce a lot of stress, because they don't want to disappoint us, but they don't also want to disappoint themselves as well. And so I think we have to manage our expectations and remind our students that you're going back and I need for you to do your best. I need for you to try your best, and it's okay to make mistakes, and you're not going to be perfect. And when things don't happen the way you want them to happen, I'm here to listen.
Listen to learn more about Hampton City Schools. New episodes of HCS Talks drop on Thursdays. Subscribe and listen to HCS Talks. HCS Talks is a Hampton City Schools production.
If you did not listen to that episode, I highly recommend you go back. As a parent of a junior in college and her youngest that just started her high school career, I was sitting on the edge of my seat thinking, I should have rethought that when my youngest was still in public, or my oldest was still in public school. I better do better as a parent now that my next one's in high school. So it was a really great episode that talked about stress and anxiety for students, for parents, for teachers, Brittany Gainey. Dr. Brittany Gainey is wonderful. We also, the opportunity, we dropped one last Thursday. If you'd like to go back and listen, Dr. Haynes spoke with 2 fifth graders from Cooper, 2 8th graders from Eaton, and then 2 12th graders from Hampton High School. So we had a great time. Also having a great time in recent years, we've created a back-to-school welcome video that we share with our families just before the start of the school year. So this year, we aim to reflect how much we truly value our relationships. So let's take a look.
Welcome back. Are you ready to start the school year? And what's your name?
Ivan.
Ivan? What grade are you going into?
Fifth.
5th grade. What's your name?
Jovian.
Jovian. And what grade are you going into?
Third.
3rd grade. And what's your name, young lady?
Journey.
Journey, what is this? Is this a different type of handshake? Trying to teach me something? Well, show me how to do it then.
What you got to say? Say hey, hey, hey. What you got to say?
Welcome back, Hampton City Schools. I'm honored to serve the amazing community where I grew up. There is no place like Hampton. At Hampton City Schools, we believe in the power of connection, teamwork, and building strong relationships. Here's to an outstanding school year where every handshake is a promise of great things to come.
Great job, Mr. Haynes.
Thank you so much, Journey. You're a great teacher. I appreciate you. You have a great school year.
So the goal of the video was really to show our staff and our families that we truly value relationships. And you could see that there's lots of ways we showed that. But I will give you one hint that there was a lot that had to be cut to get this down to under 4 minutes. So much so that they even cut the chief academic officer and the executive director of PR Marketing's full handshake. So we will have to demonstrate that for you later, won't we, Dr. Harris? You said no. So we had so much excitement, like how do you beat that? But you definitely can beat that because on Monday, August the 26th, we got to welcome back our students for the 24-25 school year. It was certainly a great day in Hampton. So here's a snapshot of our first day.
How are you doing today? I missed you. Very great. Give me some. Give me some.
First day, huh? Excited?
Yes.
I'm Dr. Dunbar,
And I am Dr. Staten.
and we are the proud administrative team of Forest Elementary.
It truly was a great day in Hampton City Schools, and it really shows our one community, one transformation, as we had so many community partners there at our school buildings welcoming our students for that 24-25 school year. So in closing, Ms. Robin Ruth and I would like to thank our exceptional team that assisted with the Celebration of Excellence event. We had over 60 volunteers, so I'm not going to name them all, but we had volunteers from our planning committee, individuals who assisted the day before, our great MCs, Dr. Kim Richardson and Heather Peterson, crossing our fingers they'll be for around 3, and to our individuals who assisted the day of, we can't forget our amazing PEP squad, as well as our transportation supervisors and dispatchers who were on hand to help with traffic flow, and our bus drivers who transported all of our staff members to and from the event. A special thank you to Ms. Joy Charbonneau and Ms. Ashley Hall for all their hard work around the event. Couldn't have done it without you. These two ladies are a dynamic duo who can pull anything off. And I'd also like to recognize Mr. Andy Foley and the entire PIG TV staff for their work on all of our back-to-school videos as well as our podcast. Under Mr. Foley's leadership and the creativity of his entire team, they did a fantastic job capturing that excitement around this new school year. So, ladies and gentlemen of the board, that concludes our welcome back presentation this evening. Any questions?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Ms.
Thank you.
Chair.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Gore, that was fantastic. I'm not surprised because everything you do and your staff do is fantastic. It really captured the love, the spirit, the excitement, and the academic achievements, actually, for Hampton City Schools, because unless our teachers are pumped up, our students won't be pumped up, and you clearly saw that they are. And I just want to take just a quick moment to just thank all of the members of the community. I mean, you were out of town, Mr. Kilgore, and every member of the board came and supported our Tissues for Teachers event, which was very important because it started, that was our 3rd annual. When we first started it, it actually grew out of veteran teacher Michelle Johnson having a conversation with me about why are so many of my kids coughing. I'm running out of paper towels. I'm running out of hand sanitizer. And we had those conversations only to find out around end of October, we decided to have something called Tissues for Teachers, only to find out a couple of weeks later, there was something called COVID, and they shut the schools down right after that. So we've been able to continue that tradition, and I'm just excited that a veteran teacher would want to co-partner with that and has done for the past 3 years. And if you don't mind, I'd like to just call her up. She doesn't like to toot her own horn, but I do. Miss Michelle Johnson, over 20 years teaching our students. Yes, she's at Moton. And while she's coming up, I would just add that on Monday, during the Labor Day celebration, she was presented, and Dr. Woodhouse, Miss Jackson Afanja, Dr. Tina Banks Gray, and I were there to support her as she received the Labor Union's Leadership Award. A teacher got that. So we were really excited about that.
Well, she took half of my speech. Good evening, everyone. I am Michelle Johnson. I'm a teacher at Moton Early Childhood Center, where our youngest learners soar. I am one of the co-organizers of Tissues for Teachers, and just before the pandemic, we did see an increased need for essential supplies like facial tissues, sanitizing wipes, sprays, things of that nature. And all of the supplies that we received at the start of the year had been depleted. So I had a conversation with Miss Ann Stevens-Cherry, and Tissue for Teachers was born. And here we are 3 years later, still making a difference. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone who came out to support us: family, friends, school board members, our superintendent, city council members, local business owners, and organizations, and even one of my former students. Your passion for helping us maintain healthy classrooms is truly appreciated. But at this time, I would like to give special recognition to one of my colleagues, Mr. Michael Brady. Can you come down?
He has no idea.
Mike works in the Department of School Operations and Maintenance. Mike was so eager to assist us that he beat me to Kroger. I believe he thought he was only there to drive the truck. But before we knew it, Mike was hanging banners, taking pictures from all the angles, moving carts and collecting supplies, and even greeting our supporters. At one point, Mike, I saw you doing a two-step. He did all of this with a smile and never once complained of spending his day off with people excited to receive a box of tissue. Mike, if I could give you a raise or a day off, I would, but I just have a card for you. But I want you to know, on behalf of Miss Ann Stevens-Cherry and I, we appreciate you. And thank you so much, and we'll see you next year. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mike, that's a gift certificate. We hope you use it any way you want to. Like she said, we can't give you what you deserve, but I mean, anybody was there. Miss Afanja Jackson, you saw it. He actually was part of that team that day. We had to, and here's the thing, I want to give another shout out. Our superintendent not only attended, he stayed and packed the truck. He certainly did. Handkerchief, wiping his head the whole time, but he stayed there and packed that truck. So we really did have some awesome people. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Gore.
Any other comments from the board before we move on?
From board members? No.
Okay. All right, so at this time, would Miss Stephanie Jackson Afanja proceed to the microphone for tonight's recognition? All right. So for our final recognition this evening, it is our pleasure to recognize our 2024-2025 Hampton City Schools elementary, middle, high, and overall Teachers of the Year. So to provide some background, this past spring, so that was last school year, we recognized our individual school teachers of the year and 12 finalists. It was a great dinner that we had. We had 12 finalists, 7 from our elementary schools, 3 from middle schools, and 2 from high schools. These finalists participated in an interview process and the division-level Teacher of the Year selection committee, and a team visited their classrooms to observe their teaching practices. At our Celebration of Excellence Back to School Kickoff event on August 16th, like I already mentioned, we had the opportunity to announce our 24-25 elementary, middle, and high school teachers of the year, as well as our overall HCS teacher of the year in front of over 3,000 of their colleagues and honor them with a plaque and a banner. So congratulations to Ms. Elda Garcia, our HCS elementary teacher of the year. You guys can definitely applaud. Ms. Francesca Conley Mitchell, our HCS High School Teacher of the Year. And Ms. Cheryl McLaughlin, our HCS Middle School Teacher of the Year and Division-wide Hampton City Schools Teacher of the Year. Would the three of you please join me down front by the podium? Come right here and stand by, right here by me, so the board can see your lovely smiles. Before they see the back of your heads? No. All right. So candidates of Teacher of the Year are considered based on the following criteria: concern for each student, ability to inspire, learning in all students of all backgrounds and abilities, ability and willingness to devote time and energy to activities that result in improved instruction for children, ability to work effectively with the community, desire to keep abreast of current educational theories and practices, the ability and willingness to make contributions to the field of education, the ability to create and implement innovative educational practices, and they are respected and admired by students, parents, and colleagues. That is quite a large order. But these exceptional educators here tonight have demonstrated a commitment to excellence in teaching and a passion for inspiring their students. So let's give them a round of applause. You're going to join Ms. Afanja on stage, but please use the rails.
I'd like to take this time to share a little bit about each of these exceptional educators. Ms. Elda Garcia, our HCS Elementary School Teacher of the Year, is a music teacher at Phillips Elementary School. She has over 19 years of experience in education with 2 years in Hampton City Schools. Ms. Garcia's passion for music education and her commitment to fostering meaningful relationships with her students exemplify the importance of creating a nurturing learning environment. Dr. Rowan Cumberbatch Smith, current principal at Bassett Elementary and former principal at Phillips Elementary, said, "Ms. Garcia is a wonderful example of the qualities I look for in a teacher. She is about children, community, and her own personal continued growth. I know that HCS has high standards for educators in general, and after working with Ms. Garcia for 2 years, I was able to see those high standards being demonstrated each and every day. I am very proud of her accomplishments and the honor of her being selected as the HCS Elementary School Teacher of the Year." Let's give Ms. Elda Garcia a round of applause as we recognize her as the 2024-2025 Hampton City Schools Elementary Teacher of the Year. And we also have a school board coin for you. Thank you. Next, we have Ms. Francesca Conley Mitchell, our Hampton City Schools High School Teacher of the Year. Ms. Conley Mitchell is a math teacher from Grenada, Mississippi, with 13 years of experience, 5 of which have been with Hampton City Schools. Ms. Conley Mitchell's commitment to building strong relationships with students and advocating for their aspirations showcases the profound impact educators can have on students' lives. Ms. Conley Mitchell's principal, Hanif Majid, said the following about her: "I am beyond grateful for all the creative and engaging lessons that have been taught this year by Ms. Conley Mitchell. I truly wish I had a teacher like her who inspired a passion for learning. Her dedication to teaching and unwavering commitment to her students is truly admirable, and the Crabber Nation is so fortunate to have her as a part of our team." Let's give Ms. Francesca Conley Mitchell a round of applause. school board corn for you. And last, but certainly not least, is our final honoree for the evening, Ms. Cheryl McLaughlin, our Hampton City Schools Middle School Teacher of the Year and our Hampton City Schools Division-wide Teacher of the Year. Miss McLaughlin is from Hampton, Virginia, and she has an impressive 32 years of experience, 16 of which have been with Hampton City Schools. Ms. McLaughlin's dedication to setting high expectations for her students and empowering them to strive for excellence is truly inspiring. Ms. McLaughlin's principal, Sharon Slater, shares, Ms. McLaughlin's exceptional commitment to instructional excellence and her unwavering dedication to the academic success and well-being of our students have set a high standard at Jones Magnet Middle School and throughout Hampton City Schools. Her emphasis on relevant, rigorous instruction ensures that our students are well prepared for college, career, and life. We are incredibly proud to have her as a leader and role model within our school community. Let's give Ms. Cheryl McLaughlin a round of applause as we recognize her. Let me give you. All right, before you all return to your seats, we'd like to ask any family members who are in the audience, any administration or colleagues who are here on behalf of these young ladies to please stand and be recognized. That's really a nice showing. Thank you for being here tonight and being a part of these three educator support systems. We know the long hours teachers put in each and every day for their students. Please know how much we appreciate your teachers and each of you. Thank you.
Can I get a picture with the board, though, before you all actually leave the stage? Would the board come around and get a quick photo? Because hopefully someone's eyes are open and all. All right, perfect. Thank you. So I know when we were able to recognize these three exceptional educators at our Celebration of Excellence, there was a lot more cheering. There were over 3,000 people there. There was a lot of excitement, but we're still just as excited this evening. So thank you all for being here. And Chair Mason, that does conclude tonight's recognitions. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Gorel. And we're going to move right along with tonight's consent agenda. 3.01, Personnel Report 24-16. 3.02, Minutes of the School Board Meeting of August 21st, 2024. 3.03, Certification of the Closed Session of August 21st, 2024. 3.04, Release from Compulsory Attendance, Religious Exemption. 3.05, Release from Compulsory Attendance, Religious Exemption. And 3.06, School Board Consent to Receipt of Donations for September of 2024. And what's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, move approval of the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved by Mr. Kilgore and seconded by Mr. Samuels that we approve tonight's consent agenda. Is there any discussion? I would like to acknowledge that, I know Ms. Cherry always shares with us what the, in terms of the board consent to receipt of donations is all about, and we have to just acknowledge when we receive a donation of certain amounts, and tonight, we received, for September, should I say, Patient First, $1,000, and then also the Virginia Peninsula Chapter of 100 Black Men, a $500 contribution. All right. No further discussion. Ms. Charbonneau, will you please call for the vote?
Ms. Alfanja?
Aye.
Dr. Banks Gray?
Aye.
Ms. Cherry? Mr. Kilgore?
Aye.
Mr. Samuels?
Aye.
Dr. Mason?
Aye, motion carries. All right, and now I turn it over into our superintendent, Dr. Raymond L. Haynes, for our superintendent and staff reports.
Thank you, Chairman Mason, Vice Chair Banks Gray, board members, division leadership team, and members of the Hampton community. This evening, Dr. James T. Harris, our Chief Academic Officer, will provide an overview of our school's accreditation ratings for the 24-25 school year based on student performance during the 23-24 school year. While the Virginia Department of Education released performance data for standards of learning assessments on August 20th, 2024, accreditation ratings shared this evening are preliminary in nature, as the state will release the final accreditation ratings later this month for schools. Dr. Harris.
Good evening, Chair Mason, Vice Chair Banks Gray, members of the Hampton School Board, Dr. Haynes, and the Hampton community. I am excited this evening to bring updates regarding school accountability and accreditation under our current model. As you listen to the presentation this evening, I am reminded of this quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that is very fitting in describing our student achievement data. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. There are two words that you will repeatedly hear me say this evening. They are all and increase. As we have worked to keep the main thing, focusing teaching and learning at the center of all that we do to ensure that our young people keep moving forward. Results from the Standards of Learning assessments for the 2023-2024 school year were released in August. As such, the school accreditation detail report was published, which highlighted the performance of each school relative to specific school quality standards, as well as performance on closing achievement gaps on those quality indicators. As a reminder to the board and the viewing audience, the current accreditation model measures student overall proficiency in English, math, and science. Additionally, achievement gaps among student groups are also measured, as well as chronic absenteeism. For our high schools, there are 3 additional indicators that are outlined on the accreditation detail report to include graduation and dropout rates, as well as the college career and civic readiness indicator. Under this accreditation model, schools are assigned a leveled rating based on performance, either a level 1 in which schools have met or exceeded the state benchmark, a level 2 rating which denotes school performance as near the standard or making progress, and a level 3 which is below the standard. The accreditation detail report under the current system outlines the school achievement level for all indicators. Here's an example of Bethel High School that denotes a rating of accredited without condition and achieving a level 1 status for each quality indicator. For the viewing audience, business rules denote pass rates and percentages needed to achieve specific levels of performance, and it's presented here on the left. When looking at overall student achievement in specific content areas, the preliminary data shows that all Hampton City schools achieved a level 1 rating in English, and all Hampton City schools received a level 1 rating in math. In science, 24 out of 29 schools received a level 1 rating and 5 schools received a level 2 rating. It is important to note that the number of schools achieving level 1 in English for all students increased from 27 schools last year to 29 schools this school year, again, all schools. Additionally, in science, the number of schools achieving level 1 increased from 21 schools last school year to 24 schools this school year. No school achieved a level 3 rating in overall student achievement in any tested content area. As part of the current accreditation model, performance on specific student groups is measured for both English and math. An overall performance level is given based on performance of these student groups presented on the slide. In English, 22 schools achieved a level 1 rating. This represents an increase from the previous school year where only 19 schools achieved a level 1 rating in English performance for student subgroups. Additionally, no school received a level 3 rating. With regards to student groups in math, 26 schools received a level 1 rating, which also represents an increase from the previous school year where only 23 schools received a level 1 rating. Additionally, no school received a level 3 rating in student subgroup performance in math. As previously mentioned, under the current accreditation model, student engagement indicators include chronic absenteeism for all schools. And for our high schools, graduation and dropout rates, as well as the College, Career, and Civic Readiness Index are included. I'm certain that Ms. Pollard is pleased that all 4 high schools received a level 1 rating for the College, Career, and Civic Readiness Indicator, or CCCRI. As you can see, these indicators denote that there was an increase in the number of students completing advanced coursework. Almost half of the cohort 2024 completed an advanced placement, dual enrollment, or IB course. Additionally, there was an increase in the number of students successfully completing a career and technical education course sequence with a passing credential. What is also noteworthy is that 82% of cohort 2024 completed a work or service-based learning opportunity, which represents a 9% increase from the last graduating class. One key component of the student engagement indicator is chronic absenteeism. We know that this has been a persistent issue plaguing many schools since the pandemic. We are pleased to report that all 29 schools are projected to receive a level 1 rating. Preliminary data also revealed that all 4 high schools are projected to receive a level 1 rating for graduation and completion index and dropout rates as well. We look forward to an upcoming board presentation from Ms. Pollard in the near future once the results are finalized. With our current accreditation model, our preliminary data show that all, and I'm going to say that again, all 29 schools in Hampton City Schools will receive the rating of accredited without conditions again this school year. While we celebrate the ratings our schools have achieved, we also take into consideration how well our young people performed on specific assessments compared to the state averages to not only ensure that we are moving the academic needle forward, but also finding opportunities for growth. Pass rates that you will see on the next few slides represent the percentage of young people that have outright passed the assessments in the given content area with a score of 400 or better on the SOL. These rates do not include growth or additional adjustments. As you can see, our reading performance has slightly increased from last school year and is 2 points behind the state average, but moving forward in the right direction. On the writing assessments, we see consistent performance slightly below the state average. However, what's important to note is the 13 percentage point increase from the last school year as compared to the 11-point gain with the state. In mathematics, Hampton City Schools has outperformed state averages for the last 3 years with a steady increase in student performance each year. Student performance in science has steadily increased the last 3 years. This content area truly shows the collaborative effort and work with devising a game plan and making the necessary shifts or adjustments when needed. As you can see, during the 2021-2022 school year, we were below the state average. The following school year, we made adjustments and matched the state average. We further tweaked the game plan, resulting in a 7-point increase last school year in science performance, and we understood that young people had to do science and apply those hands-on learning opportunities. Mandatory labs and our 5th grade science kits is what we attribute in part to making the difference. While history doesn't impact accreditation, it is important to note that our young people and teachers have made the same necessary adjustments with year-over-year increases in which we now outperform the state in achievement on the history assessments. Excellence is not an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. This sums up the work in producing these student outcomes. We do recognize that Virginia has recently adopted a new accountability framework that will go into effect next school year. We plan to gather additional information in regards to specific changes and impact on schools with new ratings and performance measures. However, the continued performance of our young people on standardized assessments and all schools achieving the current rating of accredited without conditions is to be celebrated. It is a testament to the collective work being guided by our guaranteed and viable curriculum. A special kudos to our Chief of Elementary School Leadership and Federal Programs, Dr. Stacia Barreau, and our Chief of Secondary School Leadership, Ms. Shamika Pollard, members of the division leadership team, members of the curriculum instruction and assessment team, school administrators, teachers, HES staff members, families, community partners, and our school board for the collaborative work in moving the academic needle forward. Once again, all Hampton City schools are accredited without conditions. We are continuing to increase the academic achievement for all young people in Hampton City schools, truly epitomizing the mantra, one community, one transformation, excellence with intentionality. I am joined tonight with Ms. Linda Dietz, our Director of Accountability and Information System, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
All right, thank you so much for an outstanding report, for such excellent work that has certainly been done within the division. So I'm going to open the floor for questions or comments from board members. Dr. Banks-Gray?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. So, wow, what can I say, Dr. Harris? This is awesome. Don't have a question. I just do have a comment. Sir, this presentation and this data, this is a true testament to the academic excellence and the intentional, rigorous educational standards and procedures that you all have put in place. And I am just over the moon with excitement with these numbers. I know you're saying some of them are preliminary, but the ones that we can stand on, I'm ecstatic and bravo. Thank you so much.
All right. Ms. Afanja?
I'd just like to say also that I don't have a question either, but it was an exceptional presentation and exceptional results, even better than that. So I was just so impressed by the increases and how you pointed out each increase. It just really shows, like Dr. Banks-Gray say, how intentional the division has been about finding areas of opportunity and moving the division and academic excellence forward. And so I'm just really pleased to see the results. I really like how you broke down what it means to be 100% accredited, because a lot of times we say it a lot and it's, you know, everybody knows it, but what does that really mean? And so this presentation was really helpful in understanding and helping those who are watching to understand what that means as it relates to scores, expectations, standards, testing. And so it really showed how intentional, how diligent the division is being about making sure that our students are learning and progressing and moving forward. So thank you again. It was a very great presentation, and I'm really pleased to hear all these fabulous results. Thank you.
Anyone? Ms. Cherry?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You know, it's always good to share good news. And I'm thinking back to a couple of weeks ago when Congressman Bobby Scott asked you and me and Dr. Tina Banks-Gray what are your numbers looking like? We couldn't wait to call Ms. Gould and say, whip it up and get it to him. And he was very excited about it. As a matter of fact, his administrative assistant, Gigi, texted me on the way here just to say how pleased he is.
All right, anyone else? Ms. Kilgore, did you?
Just great presentation, great message, great news.
All right, thank you. And I echo, oh, Mr. Samuels, I thought you spoke already, Mr. Samuels.
And I know we talk about the team effort and the collaboration and the intentionality and so forth that is put in place to make sure that we have these outstanding numbers. And Dr. Harris, this is a great presentation. Kudos to everyone that, that's been a part of this process. It has been a process that we've made it very clear from board members what our plans were when Dr. Smith first came on board, and when we presented Dr. Haynes as the new superintendent, that did not change. These are the expectation of the boards, and I'm so happy and delighted that although we set the bar very high as a board, you have a system in place where you can meet these demands of the boards. But I also want to express my sincere appreciation to the individuals who really crunch the numbers and do the research. Ms. Linda, I know you are a dynamic team that look at the data on a daily basis, and you're able to spit this information out to Dr. Harris, Dr. Stacia Barrow, each of the executive team members when these data information is needed. You're there with your team doing the research, and I just want to applaud you for doing the work, doing that intentional work, those laser-focused work. We're utilizing capsule, those small knives instead of a machete, to make sure that we drill deep down into these data and figure out what do we need to do, what are some of the things that we need to tweak in our curriculum to make sure that our children are learning. I just want to say, applaud you and say thank you for being a part of the team.
Awesome. And just to wrap up, absolutely amazing work. Like Mr. Samuels alluded to, as a board, working with the division leadership team in looking at the budget, looking at where our numbers are, and looking at where we expend our funds is very important and very key. For example, the science kits, it paid off. That was an outstanding return on that investment. Working well with our city council, putting, education first in this community has really, set us aside and set us apart when we can look at how we've been able to meet or exceed where the state is on certain things. And in certain things, we are outpacing the state by leaps and bounds. Dr. Haynes stepped into this position, and we talked about, hey, we want to make sure that we can continue this academic excellence. And not only did he step up and lead this team to meet those needs, but I'm looking at some exceeding areas as well. So Dr. Haynes, thank you, for all that you've done. Yeah. It's not easy stepping into a situation where you're driving a perfectly great engine, great car, and everyone's looking at you wanting to know, well, what is he going to do with this thing, But he's continued to move us forward, and that's intentional. That's very intentional. And so working with this team, not only Dr. Haynes, but of course the rest of the division leadership team, we do recognize it is a team effort. And this board is very pleased. We support our transportation workers, our sanitation workers, our food processors, cafeteria workers, our secretaries. It takes a village. It really takes an entire team to really make this thing work. And wherever there's a shortfall, it affects the team. And so we don't take this work lightly as a board, and we want the community to know that we appreciate all that's being done within this community to support Hampton City Schools. I just can't believe these numbers are just so exciting. It's like, where do we go from here? And I always say, Miss Cherry will tell us in a heartbeat, we can be on the right road, but if you're not moving on that road, you can still get run over, okay? And so as a board, we do take that seriously, and so we will continue to move the needle and set the bar even higher, Dr. Haynes. And so we're just excited. So thank you all, and thank you for a wonderful presentation. And so I want to give Dr. Haynes want to share a few
I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Harris for his insightful presentation and commendable leadership during his first year as Chief Academic Officer. We certainly want to acknowledge our Chief of Schools, Dr. Stacia Barrow, and Ms. Shamika Pollard for their leadership and work on a regular basis as well. The results, and Ms. Pollard just completed her first year as well, so shout out to Ms. Pollard and the work that she's done. Can't say enough about all the work that Dr. Barrow does in leading the work at the elementary level where it all starts. So a great foundation has been laid under her leadership as well. So the results shared this evening are truly remarkable and stand as a testament to the dedication of our school leaders, teachers, the division leadership team as a whole. Can't say enough about the powerful team that we have in regards to the division leadership team. And most importantly, our students. Their continued commitment in demonstrating their understanding and mastery of state standards through these assessments is truly exceptional. These results also reflect our ongoing commitment to excellence with intentionality. I am grateful to each board member for your continued leadership in ensuring that we keep the main thing in support of this important work. For our second and final report, we certainly want to acknowledge Mrs. Brittany Branch, our Chief Financial Officer, who will provide a business operations update.
I just told Ms. Pollard, how do I follow that up?
I know, right?
So I'm not going to try. I'm just going to do my report. Good evening, Chair Mason, Vice Chair Banks Gray, school board members, Dr. Haynes, and the Hampton community. Tonight I am presenting the monthly report for the end of June of 2024, which represents the end of our fiscal year end. At the end of June, our revenues totaled $285.1 million. We also had expenditures and encumbrances of $283.8 million, both of which were higher when compared to the previous fiscal year. In your report, you will also see an additional schedule. We always include this for June that provides you with an update of what our preliminary results are for any unspent or unencumbered funds, and they currently represent about 2.6% of the budget. You also have a draft resolution that we have planned to submit to City Council. That will typically go to them in the October timeframe, and that is a request to ask the City Council to reappropriate any unspent funds back to the school division. If that is approved, our first action item will make sure to put those funds back to the state programs where they relate to. Also to look at any revenue shortfalls that may exist for this current school year. And then if they do not materialize, we will look at doing one-time expenditures, which we keep the board apprised through our monthly financial reports. Lastly, you do have a list of transfers to and from the technology classification for the end of June. And I will also just note that, again, these numbers are preliminary, as they will change as we're currently under an audit by an external audit firm. We will make sure to communicate to the school board what the final amounts are for reappropriation. That completes tonight's report.
All right. Any questions? All right.
Mr. Chair, that concludes the superintendent and staff reports.
All right. Thank you very much. That takes us to item number 5 on the agenda, hearing of any delegations or presentation of any written communication or petitions. I have not received any, and our clerk is indicating that we have not received any. So we will move right on to item number 6, an item that's items for information, 6.01, next meetings. The next meeting will be a work session which will be held on September the 18th right here at Jones Magnet Middle School at 6:30. And the next regular meeting will be held on October 2nd at 6:30 right here at Jones Magnet Middle School. Other items for information, item number 6.02, I'll start with you, Mr. Superintendent.
As Mrs. Goro, our Executive Director of Public Relations and Marketing, shared earlier, We kicked off the 24-25 school year on Monday, August 26th, and it was a fantastic day in Hampton. Along with several school board members, division leadership team members, city council members, the chief of police and his staff, and staff in general, I had the opportunity and pleasure of waving off our bus drivers that morning. We then had the opportunity to visit various schools throughout the day and the rest of the week. A special thanks to Noor Habib from the Daily Press and Virginia Pilot, who joined us early Monday morning at the transportation lot and later captured the excitement at Mary T. Christian Elementary School. Additionally, Raven Payne from Wavy TV 10 was at Mary T. Christian broadcasting live from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. I believe Dr. Banks Gray and Ms. Cherry were there at some time cheering the champs on. All right, that concludes information from the superintendent.
All right, I will move on to our student reps. Any comments in closing? All right, other board members, any comments, items for the information? All right. All right. All right, well, with no further business to be brought before this board tonight, I declare this meeting adjourned.